About 1,000 steelworkers are being let go from Algoma as a result of U.S. tariffs on the industry.
For more this morning, we're joined live by CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, the CEO of Algoma Steel has pointed to the tariffs from U.S. forcing these layoffs. But what's the latest from Algoma itself?
Good morning, Nick and Jen. The company and many of its workers are placing the blame for why these cuts are happening right now squarely on the impact of Donald Trump's 50% tariffs on Canadian steel, an impact effectively closing off the plant's #1 customer. So in an effort to stem the losses, Algoma says the current punishing financial picture right now is forcing its hand to accelerate retooling plans. First, I want you to hear from the CEO, and then we'll talk more about those retooling plans after that.
I think the government certainly knows our business strategy. It knows the pivot that we had to make. It knew very well that the extreme pressure the company was under. I don't think anybody would loan the company $500 million without asking very detailed questions about what our business plan was. I think the core concern is how do we protect the ongoing Algoma Steel? How do we make sure this company is competitive, is viable? What's the technology you're going to use? How are you going to make steel? And the jobs associated with that are an output of that.
So these retooling plans were part of a major transformation that were first announced in 2021 to really a new modern and steel-making platform that does require a smaller workforce, a process that is less labor-intensive. According to the CEO, the plant expected that transition sometime in 2027, but with the U.S. tariffs, these plans had to be significantly accelerated, calling it an early pivot, but a viable path for the company going forward. Really saying, with so few orders right now, the company had to begin this transition now. And as you heard from the CEO saying, Ottawa was well aware of this plan when it loaned Algoma more than $500 million earlier this year. Now, for the workers themselves, of course, the impact of these job losses, they are still reeling. It is devastating for everyone who found out that their jobs are disappearing in early next year in March. And in an interview with CTV News, union heads are saying their members are obviously upset and concerned about this latest development. And the steelworkers, they say, had negotiated mitigation strategy to help workers transition with the focus on job retraining. But now it says workers are being let go in March without any strategy being implemented. So still lots of questions for the workers themselves as the company does its best to stay viable, particularly in the Canadian market going forward.
Yeah.
Okay, that is CTV's Scott Hurst joining us live with this morning. Thank you, Scott.